What up, yo? So, I'm just taking a big shit into your ass. No, I'm really just eating a dinner right now, and I just decided I would make a small commentary on what the fuck just happened in the battlefield that I played, like the last round that I played, and it's just I'm not really into Battlefield that much right now because I'm just kind of fucking bored with it, and it's because I played it for fucking 1,000 hours, but also it's because the game's just way too noobified, and like I really like games with good controls, like for example BC2. It was much easier for me to aim than in BF4, and in BF4 it's much easier for me to aim than in BF3. It's just little subtle differences that most people, not even the pro players, don't really notice. But I'm just like, I guess too picky about controls, and I'm just like playing Destiny beta all the time. At least when there's something to do that I decide to, or it's not down like it's now. So I just fired up Battlefield, and Destiny's got good controls, which is why I like it generally as a game, but also it's a good game in itself. But this gameplay is basically, I just fired a Battlefield and I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? I was trying to avoid the stacked icon games, or the fucking 6-man stack beating other 30 people kind of shit. But I joined this game like it's one of my favorite servers. Like I don't really see any point in favoriting more than 3 servers in this game, since there's not really any difference except those like 3 servers that I know of that actually have people that play on them often, like the Enix 64-man domination glitch server, which is actually pretty good. It's a locker server, and it has 64 people on it, but I think in some ways it's actually better than Locker Conquest. I'm eating pancakes. Pancakes really good, but I think my jam is too sweet. It's got a lot of jam in it. Well, anyway, I think that's pretty good, because Locker's Conquest, sometimes you get that stupid choke point on Charlie, and this is like still choke points because you get so many people confined in such a small space. But at the same time, it's a much better infantry area for an actual choke point, so sometimes it's pretty fun. But usually that servers, or only golmud server, which I play often as well, but those popular servers are often just completely infested by KSA. So like I was checking the server browser before I joined the server, and there was 15 KSA in the only golmud server that I could just tell by looking at their names. And like, I'm not really racist, okay? It just pisses me off because they really do lag out the server, or anyone with bad connection to the server. And I wish just EA gave them their own fucking servers, or enabled the ping lock servers, or people would actually make only a golmud server, or the fucking favorite rotation in their own regions. There's like only one only golmud server in the whole world. I just don't understand that. And I also don't understand people that put like best maps, mixed maps, and then they put on the regular rotation. It's like on the DICE servers. Like it's just so common. I don't understand why they do that. They just want to get the the quick match into it, and they switch it later. but they're already like asleep or what. They never switched it, so they just put it on the fucking regular rotation because it never fills up with their rotation, which is pretty retarded. I don't know why matchmaking only joins you into servers that have, you know, the same maps as the DICE servers, but yeah, they just keep the original name, so it's mixed maps, regular conquest, just like no mixed maps. But I don't really have anything to talk about. I'm just like, you know, a couple of things that I wanted to say, I guess. And this gameplay is real retarded. Like, you can see my Arctic White tank trying to fucking kill people, and I'm like reluctant to go anywhere because there's just so little, so few teammates anywhere I go except E, I think it was. Like right now, there's a couple teammates trying to keep the flag here, which I was really surprised about that, actually. But everyone was on E, and I'm really surprised in this game that there's so many bad players. Not like, you know, players that do bad or whatever. That's like normal, but players that actually don't know what the fuck is going on. They're like, you know, just barely controlling their character, and that was this case. You know, look at this heli. What is he doing? That was a tank shell to the face, by the way, and it didn't register. But all I've done so far was like extremely easy to do, right? Like, I didn't even have to warm up, I didn't even have to try. I'm just like, you know, I didn't play this game for a while. I think I played it yesterday for a bit since the Destiny beta went down. But pretty much since the Destiny beta came out, I've been playing that, right? So I'm not really used to the sensitivity or whatever. If I was playing fucking infantry, I'd be all over the place. But still, you know, I go. I think in the end I went like 42-2, and then I blue screened or something. So I just, you know, decided to fucking make some pancakes and be done with it. I suppose do this shit. But if you take any other multiplayer game, usually go into multiplayer, you know, and just get dunked on straight up. You know, like, people just know what the fuck they're doing. Even if they're not really doing good, they just sort of know. But I don't know if it's because I'm better at Battlefield than other games, or it just seems to me like there's just a lot of people that don't really fucking have a clue what's going on. And this was one of those games, like, I could have, yeah, I guess the fucking something, like a jet hit him, or, but these people don't even spot, you know, the guy was just driving around in a field, and there was like multiple things that was looking at him, they were looking at him, like the jet could have spotted him, but they just don't spot at all. I drive on a couple of mines, and throughout the gameplay, I think that the first one was really in the beginning, and that wasn't like exploded or spotted. I'm like, you know, sometimes I think that people are just really oblivious. I don't know what the fuck was that. I think I get killed by mines later on when I lose the tank and blah blah blah. You know, go around, try to steal an AA or something that's just sitting there. It's like nobody even took it, but actually, I was supposed to. I was thinking like making this video to give tips to noobs, but it's not really. There's not really any tips to that I could give out. Like, yeah, I'm a fucking Battlefield pro, and here's the tips how to survive in the heat of battle. No, just don't be fucking stupid. And even though some things like the mines, for example, are not really danger to you at the moment, you should still destroy them, you know, because it will kill someone else eventually. It's like the stupidest thing I see is someone sees an enemy mines and he's thinking like, oh yeah, those show up on the hood for enemies. So if I put my mines over them, they're gonna be hidden behind the little icon they have, so they're never gonna see them. They're never gonna think about spotting them, and they will explode. But at the same time, your team will explode if a fucking tank drives on one of those enemy mines, because your mine will also magnify the explosion. It will fucking instantly destroy the tank, you know, like yeah, just never do that, okay? And that was the example where I just, you know, get into abandoned AA. I guess someone was just feeling like, oh my god, mines, let's run out of here. But you if you do that, you should destroy the fucking vehicle or destroy the mines, because the enemies are gonna jump into it and they're not gonna get killed by their own mines. You know, they're just gonna drive off or whatever. And this is like example I was talking about, or example of what I was talking about. They're so bad. One of them, the first one, C4'd himself when he was trying to C4 me at like 20 meters. The other one almost C4'd himself. Then there's the case of a pilot trying to hover with a jet that doesn't have a hover mode. You know, it's like, oh my god. I'm just going like 30 and 1 just by, you know, like not even fucking trying. It's just so bad. So bad. And I think if I check on Battlelog right now, I'm pretty sure the team that I joined that was like losing, I think they were losing like really hard. I'd have to check the gameplay back, but it was like really big difference in the tickets, like the other team was stomping them. And by just doing this, you know, like really regular shit, I just pretty much turned the tide of the battle by myself, and that there was also another guy that was, you know, doing a lot of damage. I don't know what he was doing, but it's just fucking weird how bad people are, you know. You'd expect to have 30 people, you know, and like 5 of them are just noobs, or 10 of them, and the other ones are like, you know, really doing something, but yeah. And my interest in the game is starting to diminish, because Destiny is just really fun, you know. It's like Borderlands. Borderlands with what I hope to be not so important player level, I suppose, because in Borderlands, like, a couple levels really made a big difference when you were killing enemies, at least from what I remember. I didn't play it in like fucking a year or so, but you know, it just seems like when I'm level 8, which is the maximum on the beta, I can still, you know, easily kill enemies that are like level 11 or something. And also the PvP, at least the first type of PvP, the level doesn't matter. And I wish, I kind of wish that in PvP people were given weapons rather than, you know, using their own, while their damage is like the same, at least in the first kind of, I don't know what it is called, something like Dead Sector, where the player level doesn't make any difference to how much damage you deal, and also you know, the weapons don't make any difference. They're just like sort of balanced or whatever, you know. So you get a really high rate of fire and low damage, or high damage and low rate of fire. And I'm still not decided if I like it or not, but I think the explore, or like the single player co-op, is just really good. You know, you get that open world type of gameplay much more than in Borderlands. So, you know, I'm really waiting for that game.